Hey everyone, I'm happy to announce our newest program, and I think you guys are going to really love this. I know we've talked about it for a while. I apologize, it's taken a little bit longer, but we had to get everything right. And so we have, what I want to do is I want to start by introducing you to the Certified Pre-Owned Home Program. It is one of a kind. It's not something that anyone has available in our area. In fact, I don't even know anyone in Wisconsin that's doing this. My goal is to give you guys all the tools you need, like the Protecting Heroes program, like some of the other things that are going to come in the next 3 to 6 months, give you all the tools so that you are standing alone, you're doing things that no one else is doing, and it's organized and it gets you more listings. And more importantly, when you get in front of people, it guarantees that you get the listing when you do that market analysis. All right, let's dive right into it. I'm going to share my screen here, so bear with me for a second. Where do you start? Well, it's actually very, very, very simple. Every day you should be logging into Bold Trail. This is the system that we use. This is the system that has everything in it. It's your start. It's where your leads come from. It's where you can manage everything. And all you have to remember is if you go to the company cloud up in the upper right-hand corner, you click on Certified Pre-Owned Home Program, and that is going to bring you inside a Google Drive, which looks like this. Now, in the Google Drive, you're going to see a couple different things. We've got the logo, so that if you want to put it on your website or you want to put it somewhere else. We've got a couple flyers here. We've got the procedures and protocols, but you don't even have to look at that. You've got some home site information here. Your pre-listing inspection from home site, because they're an integral part of the program. And then a couple different flyers. You notice where it says start here? This is all you need to know. The start here is everything you need to know about this program. It walks through the fact that it's copyrighted, exclusively offered and listing. It's a listing marketing program available only by us. Now I want to stop there. This is a listing marketing program. It is not for buyers. It is a marketing program. I'm going to say that again. It is a marketing program. When you talk to people, we are not certifying their home as being free of defects or issues. Every home has issues. This is a marketing program. Marketing program. I can't make that any clearer, okay? So let's go through, and I'm not going to go through all of this because you'll be able to read this as you do your research. And do your research on this. I think you're going to love it. The history and details, things you should know, are all outlined here. What it's about, what we do, and then some important points. Remember, right in red there, it says in bold, this is a marketing program. So, and by the way, we're not here to give discounts when we're doing and maybe spending all of this stuff, because one of the things I'm going to talk about is who pays for what when you're doing these programs. So some program requirements. One of them is that we will not list anything that's less than a 6-month listing contract. We won't do it. If you want to give a little bit of a list, that's up to you. A listing discount, that's up to you. But I'm not going to pay a whole bunch of money to certify a home and to add all of this value to a buyer, right? Nobody else is doing this stuff, by the way. And if they replicate it, then we get to sue them. Okay, so the content of this program is the most important part. So shall not list the home for anything less than a minimum of $495 as an admin fee and less than 3%. That's company policy. You can blame me for everything. Here's your step-by-step guide. Okay, it's going to go through some of the different things, and then we're going to get right into some of the components. First of all, pre-inspection. Our program partner on this is Dave Colasari. Dave and Jill own Homesite Inspections, Inc. They're not only great people, but they're also great partners. So it walks you through all the things you need to know, some concerns, some things you should think about, things you should talk to the client about, and then the action item, okay? The current rate sheet is in the Google Drive folder that we spoke about, all right? Pre-title, search and hold. The program partner on this is Alltech National Title. Now, if you have a different title company that you use, this isn't part of the program, okay? First of all, there's so many advantages to Alltech, but You know, title companies are not the same. Yes, there may be issues, you know, that people have had with, but this is the partner for the program. Okay. If there's questions you have related to that, see me personally one-on-one and we'll talk about it. And by the way, it always gives you an action item in red, what to do, how to order it, that type of thing. Okay. Staging consultation. Our program partner is Danielle Knutson. Now, Danielle's limited in what she does because she doesn't have warehouses and a lot of stuff. But if you have questions, call Danielle directly, right? So it talks a little bit about staging and then your action item there. Prepaid legal. This is a game changer as far as I'm concerned. For $150, you get a real estate attorney on your team. Up to 2 hours related to your sale. And if it turns into more than that and they need to hire an attorney, they can hire Elisa Rohr from Practice Law in Brookfield. But that's going to cost, right? I mean, this is a big, big deal. I would recommend, by the way, I pay for staging. There's no cost to search and hold, but they don't necessarily need to know that. Sellers don't. Pre-inspection, you know, I might go in on it with them. It depends. I would pay for staging with Danielle, and I would pay for the prepaid legal. That's what I would do. By the way, prepaid legal and Practice Law, they're fine with getting paid at closing. Okay, just another line item. Home warranty, RWS, is through Dave and HomeSite. If you want to learn more about that, I've got the link down below. Talk to Dave and Jill about the partnership if, you know, an 18-month warranty could exist, right? By the way, you order RWS, you also get a $60 referral fee. Remember, that referral fee can never go straight to you. You would be violating law if you had it straight to you. That has to come to us. We just ACH you $60 and we're out a whole whopping quarter, I believe is what it costs for the ACH. So I should have Matthew deduct that, but I don't. I'm kidding, kidding, kidding. All right, lending scenarios. This is our program partner with Epic Mortgage and Dustin Grenier. When you have a property that you're listing, by the way, you need to plan ahead on this. You can't do a certified pre-owned home listing if, in fact, you got to list this thing within 2 days. It's just not going to work. And by the way, you get to pick and choose with your seller which one of these you want to do. The lending scenarios, you would ask Dustin, hey, I'm listing this property at 1234 Main Street in Eagle, Wisconsin. And right now rates are at, 6 point whatever. If we as sellers offer a $2,500 or a $5,000 rate buy down credit, what would that do to rates? So Dustin will get that scenario. It's a one sheet. It can go into your binder. And the idea is, obviously to try to help sell the property for a better price. If maybe we can give a credit to the buyer to help them with their rate. Insurance consultation. The program partner with this is G2 Insurance and Tom Gomond, who's a dear friend of mine in Brookfield, Wisconsin. He can run the scenario that, yes, the property is insurable. This would be likely what it would cost you, and potentially even different plans from different companies, because he's a dependent agent. He can, basically do whatever. Professional photography. I use Shutter Zone Media. If you use VRX, I think they do as good of a job. I think the pricing is higher, but I also love the landing pages. So this is where you can order that through Shutter Zone. This isn't always appropriate, but an investment network submission before you have a property, let's say that's probably, in maybe an area that's a high rental area or something that, may not sell, maybe isn't in the greatest of shape, may not sell right away, by the way. You can submit this through, and this is an all-tech program as part of our partnership, to over 150,000 investors. But you got to do it before you go live. That's why that's noted there. How to do it, you log into investmentnetwork.tech, you register, and then you submit your property. You can do it within about 15 minutes. Note that they will want some photos because this goes out to investors everywhere, and then you get offers. The idea is that you get offers before you even list. It's up to the seller if they want to take it. Appraisal is an optional service. I think it's something that you should talk to your listing clients about, your potential listing clients. These are names and phone numbers that have been given to us by you guys. So we appreciate that. All right. Home Pros Professional Network. This is coming soon. This will be a compilation of trusted business partners that can save our homeowners money now and in the future. So remember, when it comes to this program, you'll start here, which is that document I was just giving you. And we're going to PDF this, by the way, because right now this is editable. We don't want, geez, excuse me there. We don't want it to be, accidentally edited. But again, I can't stress enough that if you're going to use the program, it's the partners that we've already negotiated with, okay? It's important that you understand that. You might say, well, I don't know if, I've never used Dave and Jill. Well, now's your chance to try. This is a marketing program. It's copyrighted. I don't want you to substitute other vendors for this because I haven't vetted them. This is my baby. And, that's just kind of how it works. Again, if you have issues or questions, please see me. Last thing I want to show you, though, is inside of Bold Trail, you do have a disclosure and addendum. Now, I understand this is another piece of paperwork, but here we go. Home buying with confidence, another trademark phrase that nobody has. And again, you'll read this, but this is a really, really, really important part of the program. It says about 58 times in this document that this is a marketing program, that no one is giving them a guarantee that their home is fine, okay? Where the risk is for us is that on the buy side, somebody decides not to do a home inspection because they already have a home inspection. Could we get sucked into that if they buy the home and they find something? Kind of. But that's their job. I mean, it's up to them to make the decisions of whether or not they want to do the inspection. It's no different from what we've been doing, especially a couple of years ago. There are limitations and disclosures. You should absolutely read this, okay? This is your listing requirements. It's all scheduled right here for you. It takes the discussion out of it between you and the client. This is where, though, you do have to explain everything and decide what you want to do. This might not be the worst form in the world to actually bring with you. Even during your you should be doing it during your CMA when you have your marketing analysis appointment. This is where you're going to decide what you're going to do, check or NA, and then who's going to pay, okay? So everything here is set up for you, all right? And then they would sign and acknowledge that, again, here, it says it again, that it's a marketing plan. The only other form that I see is not in here, and we'll get that in there, is if you do prepaid legal, the attorney does require another form. Look, the way I look at it, if I can get 50% more listings or 60 or 70 or 80% more listings because of this program, a couple other pieces of paper in my file, not a big deal at all. Maybe you can discuss with them up front what you want to do as far as which parts of the program you're going to use and not. So here's my summary. Marketing program, something so unique, and we're going to promote the living bejesus out of this everywhere on social media. I think it's going to really make a big difference, just like the Protecting Heroes program has. I mean, the fact that you can tell a hero that we've donated over $1 million back to heroes is unbelievable to me. So with that being said, thanks for watching my video. As always, if you have training related questions, please let me know. We'd be happy to share those with you and answer your questions. We will be covering this in upcoming sales meetings as well, so that you're familiar with it and you have a chance to ask some questions. In the meantime, get started on your research. And once you start seeing the promotions that we'll be doing over the course of the next few days and weeks, promote the living you know what out of it, guys. This is your program and a way to help you make more money.